Liz Stewart here. I hope you're all doing really well. In the chapter yesterday, we found out that Marinka was honest with the house and said she didn't want to become a guardian, and she felt much better for being honest and telling the house how she really felt. The chapter today is called The Land of Lakes. Okay, The Land of Lakes. I dream of the house galloping across the steeps, the floor rolling beneath me. As soon as I wake, I know we're somewhere new. The air isn't biting my throat and my eyelashes aren't frosty. My bedroom window is open, Jack sitting on the sill. The blur of green and blue behind him is so familiar I rush to the window, my heart almost exploding out of my chest. The Land of Lakes, I exclaim. We're back in the exact same spot on the rocky ledge where I met Benjamin and adopted Benji. Thank you, house. I get dressed quickly and carry Benji outside. He struggles to escape from my arms, and as soon as his feet hit the ground, he starts bouncing and twisting in the air. After a few minutes of running and jumping and bleating with excitement, he kneels down near the large boulder and nibbles the new shoots of grass at the base of it. The mountains aren't as barren as I remember them. Spring has brought fresh grass and wild flowers, and the heather bushes are rich, dark green, a few of them speckled with tiny purple buds. Jack squawks loudly as he hops and flaps over his heather bush and flings bits of weathered rock up in the air, looking for bugs. I gaze at the valley below, the little town by the lake, the tiny villages scattered around it, and the sadness washes over me. Last time I was here, I believed I could visit the town if only I could escape the house. But now I know I can never escape the house. I turn back to the front door. Oh, house, why did you bring me here? The house twists so its windows are facing Benji. He's walking slowly towards Jack, head down, grazing. We came here to bring Benji home. I crumple onto the porch steps and sigh. I know he'll be better off here, where there is plenty of grass and space to roam, but he and Jack are all I have left. Bones tumble from the skeleton store, and I spin around confused. Then something about the way the house looks at me, with its eaves slumped in resignation, makes bubbles of excitement rise through my body. You're going to let me go through the gate, aren't you? I whisper the question, hardly daring to believe it. The house nods. Thank you. I jump up and cover my mouth with my hands. Tears of relief and happiness roll down my cheeks, and I wipe them away, laughing. Jack, I call, bursting to share the news with someone. He walks towards me, glancing back over his shoulder to the insect-filled rubble beneath his heather bush. I'm going to bring Baba home, I shout. Tonight! Who's Baba? I start at the voice, lift my hands over my eyes and peer in the direction it came from. Benjamin waves from the boulder we sat on together last time. I was here. Your house walked back then, he smiles, a familiar glint of mischief in his eyes. Yes, it did. A smile warms my cheeks as I walk over to him. Baba is my grandmother. She had to go somewhere, but I'm going to bring her home tonight. Very mysterious, Benjamin nods. Where have you been? I've been coming here every day to look for you, but it's like you and your house just vanished. I'm sorry. You must have been so worried about Benji. I mean your lamb. I called him Benji. My cheeks burn. I didn't want to go, but we had to leave suddenly and... It's all right. Benjamin glances over at Benji. I knew you'd take care of him. It's you I was worried about. Looking for you. His ears blush pink. It's good to see you again. You too. My smile widens. Would you like to help me build a fence? I know you like the bones. Benjamin helps me set up the femurs and the fibulas, string up vertebrae and balance the skulls on top. At lunchtime I bring out bottles of kvass and some of the food I made for the guiding last night that never got eaten. Benjamin spreads out the blanket and I cover it with plates, bread, butter and sweet pastels for dessert. I've been wondering what kvass tastes like since you left. Benjamin sniffs the drink and takes a sip. Interesting. He pulls a strange face, like he sucked on a lemon. It's sour and fizzy. I like it. He smiles and takes a bigger swig. So where have you been? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. I break off a piece of pigog for Jack and take a big bite of the rest. Tell me anyway. Benjamin looks at all the food like he doesn't know where to start. He picks up a pigog in one hand and something else in the other, and leans back. I've been in the desert watching antlion traps and turning cartwheels in the sand. I took a friend to see the ocean for the first time, jumped over waves on a tropical beach and chased an octopus through the shallows. I made some friends in a market who turned out not to be friends at all. But I saw a snake charmer and swam in a beautiful riad. I made fireworks with lump forms in my throat. I can almost hear the old Jagger telling me Baba is gone and going through the gate is not worth the risk. Benjamin looks at me curiously, like he's trying to figure something out. How's school, I ask, wanting to change the subject. Still suspended? No, I'm back, and I've stopped having stupid arguments with the boys, Benjamin sighs, but I still don't fit in there, though. I nod. This time I know what Benjamin means. I don't fit in with the living, the dead, or the Jagger. School does have a few good bits, I suppose. Benjamin smiles. There's a new art teacher I like, and in another class we're building bird feeders. That sounds fun. I think how nice it would be if I could fill my life with all the best bits of the living, dead and Jagger. If I could make friends but still live in the house, go to Jagger parties but not have to hide far from towns. I brush the thoughts away. There's no point daydreaming about a life I can't have. How long are you staying this time? Benjamin asks. I don't know. I give the last of my priog to Jack, my heart sinking through my chest. When Baba comes home, we'll probably move on again. That's a shame. Benjamin looks back at Benji. Would you like to keep him? Oh no. I shake my head. I mean, I'd love to, but to be better off with you. We move around so much. He would be happier living here. Jack flaps up onto my shoulder. My heart stops as I realise something. Tonight, like the old Jagger said, I might not be able to come back through the gate. I'm dead. I might have to return to the stars, and Jack would be left all alone. Can you keep Jack? I ask quickly before I change my mind. Just for tonight, when I get Baba. Of course. Benjamin lifts his elbow and balances a piece of bread on it. Jack eyes it suspiciously and turns away. Go on, Jack. I gather him up and place him in Benjamin's arms. I'll see you tomorrow. Jack squawks loudly and struggles to flap away. Benjamin offers him the bread again, but Jack snatches it angrily and shoves it in Benjamin's ear. Sorry, he does that a lot. You may end up with spiders and beetles in your ear, and socks too. I don't mind. Benjamin holds Jack close and strokes his feathers until he calms down. A wave of relief rushes over me. If I can't come back, at least I know Benjamin will take care of Jack and he'll be safe. The sun dips behind the mountains on the other side of the valley, and a cold shadow falls over us. I need to get ready for tonight. I stand and turn away, blinking back tears. The thought I might not see Jack, Benjamin, Benji, or the beautiful view behind me ever again is overwhelming. My body feels wobbly, and no matter how much I blink and breathe, I know I won't be able to stop the tears from falling. I force an image of Baba to the front of my mind and try to convince myself I'm doing the right thing. I need to bring Baba home. It's all I've wanted to do since she's left. And finally tonight, the house is going to let me try. And year 5 and 6, that's the end of that chapter. Speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.